of us is very important in our major goal, which is to increase Africans' involvement in IETF. And I would like to say just 2 words about IETF for those of you who are not very familiar with IETF. So IETF, as you know, is the Internet Engineering Task Force, which develops Internet standards on which we all depend to access the Internet. In the last 30-something years, there have been a lot of volunteers working on these standards, but very few Africans. We believe that it is a pity because you learn a lot, you build the future of the Internet when you work there, and it is open. It's not a closed environment, it's just that people didn't have the awareness. I have been teaching at the Addis Ababa University for some time. Professor Lee has been teaching many Africans, and we know that there are a lot of talents in Africa. And there's no reason why they don't participate. Unfortunately, they are not aware, and they don't always see the value. But we can tell you, and Olaf is one of the people who is highly involved in IETF, he can tell you that there is a lot of value, even personally, to be highly involved in IETF. For years we have been talking about it, but we thought that the best way maybe to move is not to talk about it, but to work on it. And we're very happy that you have accepted to work on IETF protocols here, and to show to the world that you are capable, that there are capable Africans too. I'm not going to say more. I just want to say thank you to all those who have contributed to make this happen. Olaf will say more about who are the people, the organizations who have made this happen. Thank you, and I wish you good work for the coming 2 days. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to do a little scroll poll. See, someone raise their hands. Linux, who? Linux, any Linux people? Who runs Linux? Okay. Who runs BSD? Few of them. Windows? Good. Next scroll poll. VI? Emacs? Oh, usually the lot is pretty divided on that. Python? Anybody? Good. Perl? Few of you. C? Yeah? Fortran? Okay, I'm joking a bit, but what you're doing today is important. It's important for the internet, and it's important for yourselves. What we set out to do here today is look at the specification that's drafted by other engineers somewhere at another point in the globe. You're trying to get that implemented in code on and see if it works, if you can get to interoperability. Interoperability is something strange. The internet is a weird place. People connect to it. That's a very special thing. You can connect to the internet without asking permission. You can expand it, and you can build upon it without asking permission. You can do your own inventions. You don't have to go to a central authority. You can gain interoperability. And in order to get that interoperability, people write down what they invent and share that with others. So that somebody at the other side of the globe can write a piece of software, connect, and talk to somebody else on the globe. You're expanding the internet. And it might sound a little bit weird if you're working with little buffers somewhere and trying to see where your pointers go to and are debugging and what have you. But in the end, it's about interoperability. It's about connecting people. It's about expanding the internet. And part of expanding the internet and getting the interoperability is by reading standards, specifications very critically, implementing them, and providing the feedback of how the specification is written. Do you actually understand what is being written? Or see errors in the specification? Or see improvements in the specification? So that is actually the goal. That by implementing the specifications that you've chose to work on and to be IP way, that you learn something about the specification itself, but hopefully also are able to interact with others that may not be in this room. Provide the feedback. Become part of that larger community that makes the internet work. Because we need you. You guys have the brains. And you're not being seen. And that's very important. We need all the brains we can have to take care of the plumbing of the internet. It doesn't sound very nice to be the plumbers of the internet, but those are important people. Yeah? So, I heard that there was some delay, but NTP people this morning were all on time. That was a good thing to know. That's a bit of a key. Anyway, this type of thing is not possible without some support of organizations and people. So, as far as the organizations go, AFRINIC has been very helpful to organize this. They have the room available. The Senegal chapter arranged a number of the PCs that you're working on today. And so did the Ministry of Communication. So thank you for all those institutions that make this possible, that help you. We have a number of volunteers, people who help you today, go through the process that you can ask. Charles, over there, raise your hand. Boga, where are you? There. Nitin, there. Nabil, over here. Cedric, I didn't see Cedric in the room. Oh, he's outside, okay. Those are the people who are here to help you today. I hope that you have a good experience today. Learn from each other, ask each other questions. If only this enriches you. You have a fun day, you learn how to solve problems, and with that experience, you enrich yourself. And it's something that you can carry along for the rest of your lives. I have been in these type of interop groups, and I've learned that they are events that shape your own experience and help you to connect with others. And the people that you meet here today, you will meet in the rest of your career. This is where the business cards get exchanged in the networks. So good luck, and most of all, have fun.
Thank you very much for this strong motivational direction, and I hope you take a good cue from both Ola and Dawo. I really would like to thank ISOC for this catalytic intervention that you are doing for us, because we've been discussing, like Dawo said, how to begin to do real internet engineering for some time. And this is the first thing that we are beginning to do something about it. So a lot of kudos to Internet Society for this effort, and perhaps we should clap for that way the next time. We understand that the technical side of the house is critical in the stakeholder approach that we use, the bottom-up approach. The reason I'm emphasizing that is that the roles of the different span stakeholder approach must be maintained. It does not work if all become at large. It does not work when we all become destitute. And so we have roles to keep, and so we have to make sure that there's always sufficient engineering technical content in what we do, so that we maintain a critical mass, and that makes our outcomes meaningful in the development that we are trying to do. I also like to point out that it leads to larger engineering engagement than what you see in this group. In the sense that from here you begin to spread the same approach, same style of work, same style of thinking in many, many places. You have opportunity to learn how to ice things, how to document things precisely, how to follow things precisely, how to implement things in an open way. You'll be very comfortable in sharing document programs, which is something that I think we in Africa need to be much more involved in. Maybe last but not the least, I'd like to emphasize that Africa needs IETF. Okay? Though we recognize, as has been mentioned, that IETF also needs our contribution and our participation to make the internet whole. And with that, as a humble programmer myself, I'm really, really excited to see so many young ones, wanting to work in this area. And I really wish you a very, very good hackathon.
Thank you very much, Professor Lee. You have been our inspiration for all the years, and we are so glad that you continue to be the inspiration for the youngsters today. Before maybe handing the mic to Kevin so that the real work starts, I just wanted to add a few things. First, I would like to thank those within the Internet Society who made this happen, especially Kevin. You have met him. You can imagine that it requires a lot of work for months to do this kind of thing. So Kevin was behind this. It's not his only job. He is in charge of the whole ITF activities that we do, and I'm really proud of the achievement that we have done in the last few years. We have hubs, and we hope that we are going to have remote hubs for the ITF in Montreal, especially for this region. There is only 4 hours difference with Montreal, so we hope that there will be West African, those coming from West Africa, you will be having hubs so that you can participate, even if it is remotely, to the real ITF meetings happening there. We also are working on introducing ITF within schools, within universities. So if you are in universities, please come to us and let's work together to make sure that more students know about ITF work. It's good to have this many people, but we need thousands of people to know about ITF. And I would like also to recognize here representatives from the African Union, Tuila Mazus, with here. Thank you. I invited her because we want this to be more than an ISOC or AFNO or AFNIC effort. It should be a continental effort. And we have discussed with the African Union. They want to push this agenda, and we hope we will get their help to promote ITF around Africa. And last but not least, I would like to recognize that there are many women and many young people here, and it is very important for us at ISOC that we cater for these groups. Africa is a very young continent, and a big opportunity for the young people. Many people in Africa say, well, Africa will have big problems because we have so many young people. The median age, I think, is 19 years old, and more than half of the population of Africa is less than 25 years old. Some people consider it as a liability, but it is an opportunity, especially if we have the internet, because other continents are aging, and it's not at 60 years old that we start working on the internet. So it is a major opportunity for us. So we need to count on our youth, and it's good to see many of you. And it's also nice to see women represented here, maybe not 50%, but still we have some. And especially I would like to call Hudia, who has been really one of our major experts, technical experts in Africa. I encourage you, if you don't know her, to talk to her. She is from Senegal. She is the technical person behind the Dakar Virtual University, which is in just a few years the largest, the second largest, maybe today it's the largest, I don't know. Last time I talked to her it was the second largest, but it's growing so fast that it will be the largest very soon. So she is the technical, the head of the technology there, and we need more people like her, and she's an inspiration for us. Thank you very much, and enjoy the hackathon. Thank you.
Well, to work, man. To work.
So, thanks for that. Now we'll move straight to what has brought us here. So I wanted to invite the leaders of each track just to come say a few words of about what you're doing, and then we'll hand over to the, everyone will split up into groups. So just a brief of what we're doing here. We have 3 tracks. Yeah, there is network programmability. If you registered for network programmability, you should be there. Charles Reke will be leading that one. There is NTP, Network Timing Protocol. This is the group in front of me. And then we have IP Wave, which is being led by Professor Nabil. So I wanted the 3 leaders just to come say a few words of what's going to happen, then hand over to respective leader. Maybe you can start with the right here. Intro and then a bit about you.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Nabil Benama from Morocco, from University of Medina. So my role is to lead the track about IPWave. So IPWave is a standard and it's working group in the ITF. And we have, I'm co-author of a draft. So we are in the 22nd version of this draft, and we hope that this draft will become soon an RFC. So our main challenge here is to implement this draft using Linux PCs. We have bought the cards that the Wi-Fi cards that can be used here in this hackathon, so that we can test the communication between 2 PCs using this standard. This standard is for vehicular communications, for intelligent transport system. So for this to happen, we need special cards that can give us the frequency used in vehicular communication. So this is our main challenge. Thank you.
Thanks, Nabil. So, Logan, just a few words.
Okay, I'm Logan from Afrique. Afrique, we're here to serve the African community, our members. So we are going to work on NTP, which I consider to be a fairly easy protocol to understand. So a little bit about myself. I co-authored an RFC 8270, and I've also done a few implementations during the IETF hackathons remotely. Most of my participation is completely remote. For the NTP track, I understand that I couldn't do everything by myself, so we basically built a team on ourselves. On my left is the team, he's also from Mauritius. On my right is Serge, he's from Congo Brazzaville. So,
Logan, just to demonstrate what we're going to do. It is now 5 January 2006, 1830.
thank you.
I just posed a question. What time is it? What time is it? Anyone can answer me right now. Tell me, how do you know that time is right?
As I put it from the ice.
So, I'm Nitin from Hackers ATMU, so I'm here to clarify that problem, if we know that time is right or not. So that's why we have the NTP hackathon to improve that system that works behind it. We are going to do the very technical side of it. So that's it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Serge Goma. Since everybody is speaking English, I will speak in French. Yeah. Bonjour tout le monde, je suis Serge Goma. Je fais partie de l'équipe d'instruction pour le protocole NTP et j'espère qu'on va tous apprendre et aller vers ce que je viens du Congo Brazzaville, je représente OSC 242 qui est une communauté de open source pour la République du Congo. Merci beaucoup.
Bonjour mes amis, je suis heureux et honoré d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui et de travailler des réseaux programmables. So as you can see, my French is not very good. so most of my instruction today will be in English. I'm trying to learn a bit of French, so I'm happy to try to work with that with you. But unfortunately, most of the time I need to proceed in English. My name is Charles Eckel, and I started the IETF hackathons, which I think had some influence providing motivation for this event. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to work with first David approached me about it, now working with Kevin and the others on this. I'm excited to be here and participate as part of this hackathon. I'll be leading the work on network programmability, and the idea there is we'll be using IETF protocols such as NetCom and RESTCom, and then the YANG data modeling language, and seeing how we can make networks which have traditionally been configured through CLIs and very brittle type of operations, how we can actually program those using Python, using REST-based APIs. So if that's something that interests you, for those of you who have signed up, that's what we'll be working on, and I really look forward to working together with you. Thank you.
Thanks. So we are also going to get help from Odia, who's at the back. Let me just give Odia the mic because she's going to be helping us today with the network programmability. Maybe just intro in a few words.
Good morning, everybody. Like Serge, I'm going to speak in French. Welcome to Dakar 2018. Donc, je souhaite la bienvenue à tout le monde à Dakar. Je souhaite la bienvenue également dans cette session sur le hackathon. Je suis là pour aider dans l'équipe de la programmation réseau. Donc, pour ceux qui ne comprennent pas trop bien l'anglais, je suis là pour aider à la traduction, pour vous aider à comprendre ce qui va se faire dans ce sous-groupe-là sur la programmation réseau. Et vous remercie.
Thank you, Odia. So we are going to see how this is going to work. We're going to now break up into the groups. There is a screen there for network programmability. This side will be will project for NTP, and this side will project for IPWave. we'll try and see how the sound works in terms of how clearly people hear each other. We'll see. But the opening session is just when you're going to give the presentation. Then after that, you're working in groups. So all the best. We end today at around 6 p.m. Then tomorrow we resume again from 9 a.m. till about 6 p.m. So all the best, and hope you all enjoy the event. Thank you.
Okay. I have a presentation that I'll be showing here, but I want to make sure you all have a copy of it. So that's what we're waiting for here. I'm getting it uploaded to the wiki, and then I'll show you where it is on the wiki. You can follow along that way.
Vous allez s'en servir tout à l'heure.
Will that work out okay? I think so.
Okay, you are ready.
Okay, so does everyone have access to the wiki? This is the wiki that's set up for the hackathon. If you haven't gone to this page before, does this look familiar? Does anyone need a hand getting to this page? I don't know. I think we shared this link. URL. It's kind of hard to read, isn't it? We'll send it to the Google group, so you don't have it. So the slides that I'll be presenting, once you do have access to the wiki, and I just sent it to the Google group, if you don't have it,